Hey guys, okay. We are going to do 800 numbers off of products. Let me grab my notebook. My pen. Handy. Okay. I also need my magnifying glass. I also need my magnifying glass if I don't break it. Okay. Let me show you. Now, I was talking in the other video about how they had to make new exchanges for 800 numbers, and because they were running out of 800 numbers. Let's see, where did I see it? 800. Okay, and write the name of the product. Neutrogena. Okay, and then you write phone number. 800 2. And if you're a blind girl like me, you need a magnifying glass. 4048. Stuff drives me out. Or maybe I can get coupons for other Neutrogena products, you know? I love this juicer. So let's see if there's a phone number on the back of this puppy. Yep. 800 227 4703. 1-800-227. Just double verify. User line. Okay. I wonder if this has one on it. Probably too small on it, but I'll look it up. In case you're wondering, that's Clinique. I think they're a UK brand, so anyway, that's how you do it. And you go in the shower and you do the same thing. If you have a shampoo that you love, I wonder if I can get coupons from these guys. Yeah, they don't give you a phone number, unfortunately. I've already called CeraVe, so we're good there. T-gel. This stuff is expensive. Oh, this is Neutrogena too. That's right. The Suave dry shampoo. This is Suave products. Let's see. Yep, 782-8301. 782-8301. And it's Unilever. Unilever, Procter & Gamble. Those will give you like big coupon books. They both will, because they have a lot of products and they want you to try their products. Anyway, while we're talking about phone numbers here, let me tell you something. Oh, you can do this on food too, and I'll show you that. As I was saying, they ran out of 800 numbers. So they did 888, 877, and 866, all toll free. And I remember when that happened, when they announced they were going 888. And then it was not long after that that they did 877 and 866. And there may be more now. I think there is. I think it's all the 8 and 2 of the same digit numbers. Now, I could be wrong, because I think 855 is one that they added later. Let's see, where is it going? So, I distinctly remember that. I think I was in my 20s when that happened. Yeah, because it was when we were doing the first doing the 800 number calls for freebies. They had just started that, and they had announced it on the news and stuff that they were running out of 800 numbers, which is kind of funny. Probably about the same time that my area code got changed. So there used to be, here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, 3 area codes. 413, 617, and there was another one. But they had such a population that they had to split even further for our area codes. So the area that I live in, which was once part of the 617, which was here all the way to Boston, is now, as of the last, 30 years, I think, 508. 413 is still the same area in Western Mass because it's a more sparsely populated area. Let's see. 617 is just the Boston area now and the surrounding towns. Some of the surrounding towns are now in the 978, which might have been the other original area code. There's like 2 more besides that they added. And I remember when they did it. Just reminiscing from an old lady about phone numbers, because we were talking about finding phone numbers to call for products and coupons. The other thing I remember, when I was a kid, in order to buy a telephone, you had to go to the telephone company's store. They didn't sell telephones in the department store. Which probably really sounds weird if you're a younger person watching this. If you're a person under 40 watching this, that probably sounds a little weird, but it's true. But when they broke up the monopolies of the phone companies, one of the things that happened was that they made it so you could buy telephones in the department stores, and the prices were more competitive that way. And you didn't have to go to a specific store owned by your phone company in order to buy a telephone. A landline phone. I'm not talking about cellular phones. This was before cellular phones. Although I guess the first cellular phone was invented when I was 4 or 5 years old, but 78, 79. However, they didn't really come into popular use until the early 90s, around 93, 94. Then they started coming into more popular use. And they weren't the cell phones we have today. Trust me. They were a landline in your hand that you could take with you. That's all they were, a glorified landline. More or less. I know because we had one in 1994. Even the one we had in 1999 that I used to have to take to the hospital with me was this ginormous Motorola brick. It used to get so hot when you would talk on it. It had a little flip down where you would talk that covered the buttons, and it would flip down and you would talk. but it was a brick. It was actually given to us by a doctor because my mother had my father carrying her cell phone on him so that we could get a hold of him if anything went wrong when I was going through treatment. And so the doctor said, no, you need to both have one on you while she's going through treatment. He said, I'm going to give you my old phone. And he gave her his old phone, which was, like I said, it was an old Motorola brick. It worked. So anyway, I remember phone numbers, at least where I live. If you looked in somebody's phone book from the 80s, you know, their handwritten phone book, you would see numbers written like this, 62118. Just making up a number. I don't know anybody that had that number, but because, you know, it'd be just 6 dash. That's all you had to dial. If you lived in the same town, you only had to dial the last number of your exchange, which is the 3 digits after the area code. My exchange is 476, but I don't use it because I'm all cellular now. But even if I did, I wouldn't have a 476 because I didn't have the phone company. I had a little box for my phone that it acted as if my landline were cellular, basically. Anyway, like I said, I canceled it, so. But yeah, that's the exchange. In this area, if you don't have your regular area code of 508 on your cell phone, you have 774, most likely. Sometimes it's 280. But those are the most common ones in this area. No, 280 is an exchange, not area code. You either have 774, 508, and there's another one, but those are the two most common, though. And I remember when they demonopolized long distance. It used to be, let me look at some foods here that we can get some phone numbers off of while I tell you this. I want to see if I can find something on the McCormick spices. I love those. I know they sent you stuff. They demonopolized long distance. And if you'll recall, there were advertisements for all these like 1010 220, which is the one that we used. And stuff because the federal government, I think it was the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission here in the United States, said, here it is. You know, AT&T, you can't have a monopoly here. And we're going to open it up so other people, other companies, can come in and there can be some competition, you know. 632 5847. We gotta make sure it's 1-800 and not Nick or Nick. Knew I could get that. Let me see here. Domino Sugar, 729-4840. 729-4840. with you. Okay. And don't do generic brands because you won't get anywhere. So if you have like a lot of Great Value, which is Walmart brands, for example, or your Canada brands or whatever, yeah, don't do that. Because you're not going to get anywhere. Let me see. Betty Crocker. I might have better luck on here. Alright, it's General Mills. So, General Mills doesn't want to talk to you, apparently. So, oh, there it is. 800-446-1898. 446. Now, in case you didn't know it, Betty Crocker was not a real person. Right here. She was made up. However, do I have one? I do not. I have all Betty Crocker at the moment. Duncan Hines was a real person. Matter of fact, at his, well, where he was from, they actually have a big sign, home of Duncan Hines. Because he was a real person. But Betty Crocker was a made-up person, so. Oh. And just a little side note that I didn't tell you in the Daily Journal that I should have. Then we'll end the vlog here. The eye doctor got kicked out of Medicare. Don't know why. She's been fighting with them for over a month to get back on. As a provider, she is not happy. She does not know what happened. So the office has had to call everyone and cancel their appointments. And they don't like doing that. The eye doctor in Walmart. So unfortunately, but I had to cancel my appointment anyway because I'm getting that new insurance, which is actually going to pay for glasses, and they take that insurance once they get that straightened out. Because that insurance won't pay unless they're approved by Medicare, and she lost her approval from Medicare for whatever reason. Stupid, if you ask me. She is a wonderful doctor. She took over her husband's passion, which was helping the people to come into Walmart for eye care because they can't afford eye care. You know what I mean? That's why people go into Walmart for eye care, because the glasses are less expensive, the exam is less expensive, and he told her when he was dying of cancer, please take over my patients at Walmart. I love them. And losing half of them because of federal government bureaucratic boo-boo is breaking her heart. So, that being said, that had absolutely nothing to do with the video at hand, but I did end up with a few phone numbers, and I will update you on what I get. And I will keep looking at more things. I just didn't want to walk around the house looking at absolutely everything. So. Oh, I have an idea. Before we go, let's do this. I was gonna do my gloves, but yeah, the box is toast. So, whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up Clorox. clear box because I do not see a number on here. Okay, oh, here it is, 227-1860. Because I doubt they're going to send me a sample, which is fine. I'll get coupons. Oh, another thing, if you get Equate, which is the medical side of Walmart, so, oh, I need that to toss that. I don't even know what to toss it. Gruff line. And I still have not heard back, by the way, from, you know, just so you know. From Hamilton Beach, so yeah, so that's how you do it, especially the stuff you use most often, and stuff you might be allergic to or whatever. Just let them know. Let me see if I can get a coupon for Eve Loam. Let me see if there's anything on the back of that. Okay. eveloam.com is all I see, so I'll have to go there and see what I can do. eveloam.com. This is the only stuff, you know, if they ever contact us, I'll write to them, but this is the only stuff that takes my redness away. This particular moisturizer, so. But I'm running terribly low. I don't know how I managed to make it last this long with a pot that small, but I don't use a lot. You know, just a couple of fingertips worth all over my face. But I have such redness in my chin lately, and this calms it. So, again, I got this in an advent calendar last year, and I'm hoping to get another product like this from Eve Loam this year. I don't know if it's Loam or Lom. So I'm gonna sit down and make some calls after I do some of 70 September. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm going to make some phone calls after I do some 70 September. For the other channel. So I hope you'll join me for that, guys. Bye-bye.